Hi, my name is Jeanette and I want to thank you for joining me on the channel Jane Reads. Today I'm going to be talking about the upcoming releases that are expected to be released for October, November, and December. But once again, really I'm talking October and November because I have no books for December yet. I am sure as December gets closer, I'll probably find out about some that I'm excited for. So today I have I have 9 books to talk about. I didn't expect that many actually. So let's start with October 4th. October 4th, Body of Evidence by Irene Hannon comes out. This is a romantic suspense. It is book 3 of her Triple Threat series. I have not read books 1 and 2 yet, but this is going to be an auto-buy for me because Irene Hannon is an auto-buy author for me. And I am waiting for book 3 to come out before I even read book 1. I do have it on my shelf there. And I have 2. 2 is in the mail at this time. I may or may not have it by the time you see this video. So I'm not really going to talk about it because it is book 3 and I don't know what's in book 1 or 2, like if the characters continue or not. But it is one that I want to read and is on my list. Then the next book, also on October 4th, is The Secrets of Ember Wilde by Stephiana McGee. I don't know if I said her name right. This is a historical fiction book, and basically I was drawn to this book because of the horse on the cover. This cover just captured me. It says, it is a gifted trainer in a time women are not allowed to race. Nora Fenton prefers horses to men. They're easier to handle, they're more reliable, and they never tell her what to do. After her father's passing, Nora is determined to save her struggling horse farm, starting with entering her prize colt into harness races at the 1905 Mississippi Fair. If she wins, she may have a chance at independence. But when a stranger arrives and starts asking disconcerting questions, she suspects he may have other motives than unseating her in the training job that is rightfully hers. So I love horses, and just horses in books, horse farms, kind of everything that goes with it. I'm not so much into the harness racing. I really prefer show jumping, but doesn't matter. It has a horse in it, features a character that is a trainer. Yes, please. Can I read that? So that is on my list. Then on October the 11th, Walts Apprentice by Dick Nunis comes out. Now this is a memoir by Dick Nunis from his time of working 44 years at the Walt Disney Company, or for the Walt Disney Company. I have read this book. My review is up. I reviewed it in my August mid-month wrap-up, so I will link that video below. I really enjoyed this book, and I highly recommend it to anybody who enjoys Disney, who enjoys memoirs. Just, yeah, either one of those, you're good. I gave the book 4 stars. So then, also on October the 11th, Where the Blue Sky Begins by Katie Powner. Again, not sure if I said her name right. This is a women's fiction, and once again, I was drawn in by the cover. When confident and handsome Eric Larson is sent to a rural Montana town to work in the local branch of his uncle's financial company, he is determined to exceed everyone's expectations, earn a promotion, and be back in Seattle by the end of the summer. Yet nothing could prepare him for the lessons this small town has in store. At 46 years old, eccentric and outspoken Eunice Parker has come to accept her terminal illness and has given herself one final goal: seek forgiveness from everyone on her bucket list before her time runs out. but it will take more courage than she can muster on her own. After an accident brings businessman Eric and eccentric Eunice together, the unlikely pair spend more time with each other than they would like, while facing challenges beyond what they imagined. As Eunice comes to accept her terminal illness, they both wrestle with an important question. What matters most when the end is near? So the cover drew me in. The summary drew me in. I have never read from this author before. I actually don't even know if she has other books. But I'm intrigued and want to read this one. And then on October the 25th, Explosive Christmas Showdown by Darlene L. Turner is releasing. This is by Love Inspired Suspense, so it is a romantic suspense. Darlene L. Turner has become one of my favorite authors. She's written 5 other books, I think it was. I just finished her one that came out in... I actually still have it. It came out in July. And I talked about it in my August wrap-up, so I will link that below. But this book follows the sister of the main character of the previous book that I just finished. A bomber brings terror to Christmas as the presents go tick, tick, boom. When criminal investigative analyst Olive Wells, at the center of a bomber's dangerous game, she'll do anything to catch the culprit, even work with her ex-fiancé and his K9 detector dog. But with the Christmas rampage drawing even closer, Zach Turner's convinced the attacks are personal. Can they piece together their ties to the bomber before another gift explodes? So if it's anything like her previous books, it will be on the edge of your seat. Danger, suspense happening. I can't wait. Then on November 1st, Sundown by Susan May Warren releases. This is another romantic suspense. It is book 3 of her Sky King Ranch series. And once again, Susan May Warren for suspense is an auto-buy author for me. I have not yet read books 1 and 2, which is Sunburst and Sunrise, or Sunrise and Sunburst. I'm not sure which order they go in. But again, I'm waiting to get book 3, and so that I can read 1, 2, and 3 back to back. Very, just like the Irene Hammond one. These are the ones. So again, I don't know if what characters carry over from books 1 and 2, so I'm not going to read the summary. I will tell you that it focuses on Colt and somebody that's looking after his father, Tay, I think is how you say her name. But those are the 2 main characters. So I don't know anything else about that book, but I don't care to know anything else about that book. I just know it's a Susan May Warren suspense book. I'm going to read it. Then, also on November 1st, is a novella collection called Targeted, which is coming out. It is a romantic suspense and has 3 novellas written by Lynette Eason, Lynn H. Blackburn, and Natalie Walters. I have not read anything by Natalie before, but the first 2, Lynette Eason and Lynn H. Blackburn, are auto-buy authors for me. Even though I'm not a huge novella fan, I want this one because of their 2 stories. I will obviously read Natalie's story. The story Natalie has written. I guess it is Natalie's story, right? Because, I mean, it's part of the collection. So, as I mentioned, it is a romantic suspense. Lynette Eason's book is called On the Run. Lynn H. Blackburn's is called Deadly Objective. And Natalie Walters is called Caught in the Crosshairs. On November the 15th, The Blackout Book Club by Amy Lynn Green releases. This is historical fiction. I've never read anything by this author before, but I was drawn into it from the cover, the title, featuring a book club. And then when I read some of the description, it's set in a library, or kind of circles around a library. It is set in Maine, which just, I love that type of island setting, state setting. So the summary says, an impulsive promise to her brother before he goes off to the European front puts Avis Montgomery in the unlikely position of head librarian in small-town Maine. Though she has never been much of a reader, when wartime needs threaten to close the library, she invents a book club to keep its doors open. The women she convinces to attend the first meeting couldn't be more different. A wealthy spinster determined to aid the war effort, an exhausted mother looking for a fresh start, and a determined young war worker. As the women face personal challenges and band together in the face of danger, they find they share more in common with each other than they think. But when their growing friendships are tested by secrets of the past and present, they must decide whether depending on each other is worth the cost. So I am so intrigued about that book that I definitely want to read it. And then the last book that I'm going to talk about releases on November the 29th. It is called Like the Wind by Robin Lee Hatcher. It is a contemporary romance, but it is also a dual timeline. A life in pieces, 100-year-old journal, and a chance for love to be reborn. Olivia Ward arrived in Bethlehem Springs alone, with no job, no home, and no money. After her manipulative ex-husband used his power and wealth to destroy everything. 6 years later, the peaceful life she rebuilt is once again turned upside down when she learns that her 15-year-old daughter Emma will be coming to live with her. The reunion should be a dream come true, but years of deception have driven a wedge between them, and Emma seems more interested in an old diary she discovered than reconciliation with her mother. So I am intrigued about that one. I've actually started it, and I'm about 3 or 4 chapters in, and it's already captured me. I want to know these characters and see where it's going. So I have high hopes for the rest of it. So those are the 9 books that I am really looking forward to, that I've added to my wish list, and I will be keeping an eye out to pick up, hopefully, let's say in the next 6 months or so. So is there a book that's coming out in the next 3 months that you are looking for, that was not on my, looking forward to, that was not on my list? I'd love to know what it is. Please leave it down in the comments below. Or anything else, is there books on these that you're also looking forward to? I'd love to chat. Thank you for joining me. Have a good day. Bye.